Hey guys, I'm going to try to make this a short-ish rant, but you know me, a little long-winded. So this rant is about, it can be about anything. I'm going to talk specifically regarding dogs, but it can be anything. Sheep, goats, I mean, I don't care, horses, whatever. The rant is about when you sell an animal, if it gets used for breeding, if it gets used to just be like a pet quality kind of thing, and contracts. So some people don't want their animals that they sell used for breeding, and there can be like an assortment of reasons. You can have something that you know has like genetic wonkiness, hereditary stuff, and you just know that it shouldn't be bred. Other people know that they're producing great things and they don't want novice, green people, whatever, to expound upon that. They want to keep their lines for them and really very controlled and protected. That's another reason why. So in situations like that, usually people will draw up like contracts saying, this is, you promise not to breed them. If you're dealing with like registered animals, you can have just partial registrations as opposed to full registrations. You can have things with or without breeding rights. And you can specifically say, in the contract, I promise to have this animal spayed or neutered when it's old enough, for instance, like in the case of dogs, or even rabbits too. I mean, there's some high-end rabbits that go for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars that get sold for cheaper if you promise to have them spayed or neutered. Here's a caveat with that, okay? And this goes kind of in the same vein as when people are selling chickens, specifically roosters, and they're like, you need to promise not to butcher it. You need to promise me that it's going to live out a long and healthy life, or else. Guys, listen to me. When an animal leaves your property, I don't care if you have an ironclad contract. Once it leaves your property, it is no longer yours. You no longer have any protection whatsoever. None. Zip. Zero. Zilch. So people need to stop being like butthurt and upset when they find out things happen to animals when they leave their property. Like sometimes, yeah, if there's abuse, neglect, like those are some awful, awful things that can happen. But still, like once an animal leaves your property, it's not yours anymore. And this is the reason why not everybody should be a breeder, because some people that really, really bothers and they lose sleep over it at night. Guys, it's just not the stress, or not worth the stress then if it's going to bother you that much. Maybe breeding and selling stuff just isn't for you. That is perfectly fine and okay too. Now, if you've sold something on a specific contract and that contract states you are not going to breed that animal, or you promise to have that animal spayed or neutered, and that new owner then doesn't honor that, do you have legal recourse? Yes, contracts are legally binding, but are you going to put the thousands of dollars into going against that person? Most people don't. Now, I'm not saying go and sign contracts with the intention of breaking those contracts. I'm not saying that either. I am just trying to educate people that ultimately when they leave your place, they're not yours anymore. So this is my story time, and I'm going to try to make this brief. And it's a small world, so I know inevitably this is going to get back to the person. Frankly, in the words of Gone with the Wind, frankly, I don't give a damn. I ended up getting a dog, livestock guardian dog, what? Anyway, so I was very green into the whole world of the people of within registries and fancy people. And long story short, I ended up finding out that like a couple generations ago, whatever, a breeding took place. There wasn't supposed to be. There may or may not have been a contract involved that said no breeding. That person, whoever, blah, 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 that wasn't honored, I end up having this dog. What happened? I end up getting this cold call, no, it wasn't a call, it was a message from this person, the original couple generations ago breeder, being like, excuse me, that's my lines and my this and my that, giving me the third degree. It was the Spanish Inquisition of mine, 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 mine. And I was supposed to be very just awe-inspired at this person, apparently, because they're very important and very well known. And within their group of people, I was supposed to be extremely impressed. I was not impressed, and I made sure that I disclosed that in no uncertain terms. Number one, you didn't even announce yourself to me. You didn't introduce yourself to me. You didn't say who the hell you were. I don't know you from Adam. So number one, take your attitude and just step off a little bit. Number two, my concern is, and what irritated me the most probably was the only concern this person had was, that's mine, 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 mine. Well, not anymore. It's not yours, and I have a bill of sale to prove that. And where's your hoity-toity show dog now? He's out in the pasture, probably sniffing goat poop. So yeah, so again, just step down a little bit. I don't care what your contract said. I don't care what your AKC registration says. When it left your property, it left your control, especially a couple generations then after. And that's just the way it is, and you gotta let it go, okay? The other thing that irritated me was never once was there a question about the dog. Never once. How's he doing? How did he turn out? How's his health? What's his temperament like? For me, as a breeder of Anatolian Shepherd dogs, I want to know, because these are high-risk dogs, I want to know how my line, my lineage, how are they working? How are they performing? How is their health? Have you had their hips and elbows checked? Are they prone to hip dysplasia? Are they working? Do they have a good work instinct, work ethic? Are they gentle when they need to be? Are they hard when they need to be? Are they non-aggressive? These are questions I want to know just for my peace of mind. Not, that's mine. You can't have it. That's mine. So, needless to say, I got an extremely horrible taste in my mouth for this person and her clique of people, and just the AKC in general. Like, I was just like, this is the hoity-toities. This is what's all intermingled within it. Not a fan. Not a fan. My interest with these dogs, this breed, is to make sure that they're safe, that they're workable, that they're being used for what they were created to be used for thousands of years ago. You want a show dog? Fantastic. Congratulations. Good for you. Ultimately, it'd be great if it was one that you could take from your pasture and drop it into a show ring, and then it'll be good. But workability has got to come number one. So don't like when it's mine, 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 mine. That's my line. That's my this. That's my that. Just stop. So, do I have AKC registered dogs? I do. Just because if they come with the papers, I'm going to continue it and I'm going to transfer it into my name, and that's going to be great. Are my AKC registered dogs better than my not AKC registered dogs? Absolutely not. A paper is a paper is a paper. I look at what's before me. I look at what I see, and the paperwork comes second.